Hello YouTube family, how all are you doing? I hope all are enjoying the winters. Delhi is cold. It is cold and I'm loving it because I was dying for this weather, and frankly speaking, filming days, it does get a lot difficult than the usual days, but nevertheless, here we are. I am starting my yearly series. So I thought, instead of doing one long 40-45 minutes video wherein I cannot touch up on a lot of things, why not divide the video into 4 segments. So you will be seeing face and base makeup first video, second you'll be seeing eye makeup, and third you're going to be seeing a lot of lipsticks which I loved, and fourth you're going to be seeing skincare. So I'll be doing 4 different videos into the yearly series, and here we are, the first one. Today I'm going to be showing you my favorite, or I'll say things which I use in this 1 year 2023 more regularly, a lot compared to so much makeup I have, and you will have an idea. Yes, these are the products which, like, on point, 100 on 100, you can just go ahead and grab it in next sale. So yes, without any further ado, let's get started. So 2023 was not a very makeup year for me. It was more of a skincare, a little makeup in the initial first 6 months. Later 6 months, it was all about some new launches, some repurchases. A lot was happening, was testing out a lot of makeup. I was again seeing what goes well onto my skin. So a lot of testing and trying was also happening. But these makeup products which I'm going to show you today are the ones which I swear by. Like, I have repurchased some of these. I have already placed a new order on some of these products. So yes, these are the products which will suit anyone staying in India with summer, winter weathers, and if you're someone combination to oily in summers and combination to dry in winters. So yeah, these are the products which I use blindly. Saying that, let's move on to the first part, is primers. So earlier I used to have like 10-15 primers in my vanity. Now I have reduced them, and from those reduced primers, these are the 2 I have used like solely. First up is the Maybelline New York Master Prime Mattifying Primer for oily skin. Now frankly speaking, this is the primer which everyone should have. Even if you're a dry skin, you will like it. Even if you're oily skin, it is made for you. But this is like a holy grail primer. I don't know which tube I'm using, but this is creamy, sticky. It just allows your foundation to sit well onto your skin. Be it be a liquid foundation, be it be a powder foundation, everything performs well onto this one. And from affordable to high-end foundation, everything works brilliant on this one. So yes, this is a beautiful primer which you should definitely grab if you haven't given a thought on this one. But this is super affordable, well done. Mera khatam hote I will pre-purchase it. So as I said, I don't know which tube I'm using because जब से ये launch हुआ था India में, from that time I've been using it. So I have used a lot of tubes, मतलब from this range. So yes, this is a beautiful primer by Maybelline. Moving on to another interesting primer which I have loved thoroughly, and this is my second tub, is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Yes, when I was in Delhi I was using it. When I moved to Andamans, I was very constant with this one because this was like a quick fix to everything for me, because there the weather was very different and this primer was working really well. Now this is my second tub because my first one was over, and this is like a beautiful primer, and this is made for people who are oily skin as well as dry skin. There is another one, luminous one, which you can avoid buying if you don't intend to show a lot of shine onto your face. But this can also be that shiny thing because this does not have any kind of shimmer or anything, but then it just gives you that nice hydration look. So yes, a beautiful primer again, which I love using. Again, it supports all of my foundations, barring the serum foundation by Sugar. It does not support that foundation because I have used that foundation. My primer does not like it. So yes, this is a primer again which you should be looking into, and grab it in a good discount because abhi se bhi there will be a lot of sales till March. So grab it in a good discount and you will love it. Moving on to the next segment is foundation. Now first up I'm going to show you foundation, which is like the best foundation. You should have it. Even if you have not bought it, not thought about it, today is the day. You think about it and you buy it. Don't think about it, just get it. Is the Huda Beauty Stick Foundation. Nothing is better than this one. If you are someone who wants to have that foundation which can just do a quick fix, apply a full face of makeup but not show that you are wearing a lot of makeup, you need a daily wear foundation and easy to handle, easy to use, easy to blend and not drying. This is the one. This is the one every girl needs, and this is my second. This is how it is. I know I'm going to be repurchasing this soon because I absolutely love it. Now the shade I use is Biscuity. I was contemplating in between should I be changing my shade, but I do feel this matches me well. I just have to do a little blending and it's done. So yes, this is a beautiful stick foundation, creamy. It can blend with the blender, it can blend with the brush, and it just gives you that nice look. Now it is not a full coverage foundation, keep that in mind, because it is a stick foundation. It is for daily use. It cannot be full coverage. You have to then layer it, then you may start feeling a little heavy with this one. So yes, if you are looking for something which is low to medium coverage foundation, then grab it. But you need to have this because this is like made for everyone. And even if you have a mature skin, this foundation will perform really well onto your skin. Quickly moving to another beautiful foundation which I have loved using is the nykaa All Day Matte Foundation. Now frankly speaking, this is a foundation which can work in any sort of weather, any sort of environment. So this works beautifully in this kind of a weather: Delhi, summer, winter, rainfall, monsoon. But Andamans is a different zone. It is super humid and the weather is very congested. This foundation sits really well. So yes, this is like a holy grail foundation. Again, I have absolutely loved it. In the shade I use is Nutmeg 09. This is how the nykaa foundation looks. Very beautiful foundation. I've done a full complete review. You should definitely put your hands on this one because this is super affordable as well. So yes, again, a beautiful foundation which can give you full coverage and a medium coverage as well. So it is a buildable foundation. A little product goes a long way. Next up, again a super affordable foundation which is like, I don't know which bottle I'm using. I think this is my third bottle and I happen to change my shade as well. Here is the Lakme 925 Prime Plus Matte Perfect Cover Foundation in the shade N220 Neutral Medium. Earlier I was using another shade. I think I will go back to that shade again because somewhat I do like a little more warmer shade onto my skin, not something which is like exactly my skin tone, because what happens on my skin, foundation oxidizes to a lighter shade. I don't know, it works opposite for me. So this one does that, but this one appears that way onto my skin. But formula, the way it sits onto my skin, again beautiful. This is another foundation which I was using a lot because it is easy to blend, easy to work with, and you don't have to use your brains. Pick up any primer, pick up this foundation, put it on your face, comes together, put your blush, bronzer, everything, and you are good to go. So yes, if you haven't tried this little baby by Lakme, you should, because don't go by the price, go by the quality of the product here, and Lakme has nailed it. So yes, this is another beautiful foundation. And lastly, a foundation which I'm wearing onto my skin today is my MAC Studio Fix Fluid SPF 15 foundation. I'm in the shade NC42. Now this is like another beautiful foundation. Will I be repurchasing this one? Yes, I'm in love with this one again. This is a foundation which can give you medium coverage. It can give you a little more than a medium coverage. I'll tell you, if you do your face really well with all of your blush and everything, nothing beats it. Now the formula is super light onto the skin, and again it adjusted to my skin. I don't know, there is something about this foundation, it just adjusts to your skin tone. So it does not oxidize to anything. It is the foundation onto my skin. So it did not oxidize to a lighter shade, neither it oxidizes to a lighter shade. So yes, it does not oxidize and it just sits beautifully. Again, I'm wearing this foundation more than 3 hours now and it is not budged, it does not move, and it just let my other products stay really well onto the skin. So now I know why it is being talked about so much, why it is one of the hot selling foundations as well. So get it, grab it, Yes, it is expensive. So let me know, should I be doing a comparison video with this foundation or any other foundation you feel which is very similar? Let me know through your comments. I will love to do that. Concealers, a very different topic for me, and I must tell you, I'm very picky with concealers. Now, I have loved a lot of concealers in the past, but I'm very picky because I am a person who doesn't put concealer as a highlighting concealer. I use concealer to conceal the imperfections, to conceal anything is onto my skin. Concealer is like that for me. So I need a product which conceals everything. First up, I have the K Beauty concealer, which does the concealing part for me. So I'm not using a lot of product underneath my eye to do like highlighting. No, I will put the concealer only on the spots where I need to cover them or just to make them look a little faded away. That's how it works for me. So this does the job for me. There are days when I just put this onto the imperfection parts of my face and just put a powder and I'm good to go. And this stays really well. It does not look patchy. It blends seamlessly into the skin and I just feel right with this one. This is a super light product. It does not get ashy even underneath my eyes. So yes, a beautiful concealer by K Beauty, which if you haven't tried and if you have double thoughts about it, just for concealing, if you want to buy a concealer, get this one. It is super creamy, super light, not too heavy, and it just feels right. So yes, a beautiful concealer by K Beauty, which I absolutely loved. Moving on to another beautiful concealer, which I have seen not many people talking about, is the Lakme 925 Prime Plus Matte Liquid Concealer. Now this is a concealer, it's very again super thin. It's not going to give you like a super high coverage. Again, if you just want to conceal with it, it's made for that, and it just blends in with your foundation. So now I've seen people concealing in a way wherein you can tell, okay, this is where you have put a concealer, this is where you have put a foundation. So I don't like that. I want my face to look even. I don't want my concealer to look differently. So this concealer is like that. So again, I use it on my places where I want to conceal, and with this concealer I'm very comfortable to put it underneath my eye because it is super light and the shade is also right for my skin. So yes, again an affordable concealer by Lakme, which again, if you just want to conceal, then get it, otherwise leave it. Now there is another concealer which I'm lately loving and today I'm wearing it onto my face, is the M Caffeine concealer, which I did not include in this video, reason being that I've just started using it. It's only 2 months, so it cannot be my yearly favorite. Maybe I'll show you in my next year ka favorite video. Now let's move on to some powders. So I use a lot of face powders, but the 2 powders which I've used the most means every makeup, one or the other powder will be onto my face, and there will be some other powder also onto my face, but out of these 2, one has to be there onto my face because I just feel, okay, now my makeup is complete. First up, I have an affordable version, is the Colorbar powder foundation. So this you can use it as a setting powder also, and this you can use it as your powder foundation as well. And I have repurchased this product, and this is how it is. This is the shade called PF7. PF7 is no more available, so I picked up PF6. Let me use it and let you know how it sits onto my skin, but you see the condition. I'm still not ready to part with this one because I'm like, jab tak ye hai, tab tak ye rahega. I'll be using it. The best part about this one is like, aapne pura makeup kar liya na. Now after your foundation, your concealer, you still feel thoda sa covering ho sakta hai. Now you don't want to lift up that liquid foundation and do the corrections. Pick up this, do the corrections. You want to set your face with it. And once you set your face with this one, you do not need touch-ups. I'm telling you, मैं यही use करके बाहर चली जाती हूँ for straight away 8-9 hours. I don't do touch-ups. I just have to pick up a dry tissue, do this, I'm done. This powder, you don't need multi-layering of powder on your face. So yes, if you haven't grabbed something like this, get it. This will sort your life. Next up, an expensive version of what I showed you, and I've done a comparison video as well. Watch it, it's a very pretty old video, but watch it. So this is the MAC Studio Fix powder foundation. I think it's a powder foundation, yes. And I'm in the shade Powder Plus Foundation, okay. This is NC42 shade. Again, the foundation also I'm using NC42. Match yourself at the store, please, because they are expensive. You don't want to go wrong with the shades. So now again, this is a powder which I use like a lot. So there will be a day where I will be hitting pan on this one as well soon. It's just that it is MAC, it is expensive, so I'm being very polite with it. I'm not using it as much. But the hafte mein, if I'm using that one 4 times, I'm using this 3 times. Now you know how much I'm using this one. So this is again a beautiful powder which can set your face, fix your face, do a lot with your face. So if you want to have a powder foundation, a very good quality one, and you have the money to spend, get this one. This will be like amazing. I'll just give you a little close up. Bronzer. So 2023 was not the year of a bronzer for me, though I picked up 2 new bronzers this year itself. 3 new bronzers I would say. But the 2 I have gone back and used and even continue using them is, first up is the Colorpop bronzer. The shade I will let you know. Let me just check the door first. So there was a doorbell and there was someone, so I just attended quickly and I forgot where I left off. So I think I was about to show you the first bronzer. The first one I have is by the brand Colorpop. It's their pressed powder bronzer. Now this is no more available. This is in the shade called Rodeo. Now frankly speaking, this is one of those bronzers which I can use my whole life and it still performs the best way it was used to be. It just performs rightly onto my skin. Again, a beautiful bronzer which you can get in a different shade from Colorpop if you are into international makeup. Colorpop is one of those brands where you can try their base product and face product. This is one thing which I have been using, I don't know, for years, and I will still continue using it. So yes, beautiful bronzer by Colorpop. Another beautiful bronzer which I have worn the most in the year 2023, reason being it is one of the subtle bronzers you can have. Secondly, it just blends into your skin. Like, you have bronzed but only you know that you have bronzed. People will feel that your skin appears like that. Is this glowish bronzer by the brand Huda Beauty. Everyone knows about it. This is in the shade Tan Light 03. Now frankly speaking, when I bought this bronzer, I was not very keen on it. I was like, is it right? Did I made a wrong choice? Because it is expensive. And I bought this bronzer when it was not even launched in India on nykaa. I bought it from an Instagram page. So when I started using it and when I learned the correct way of using this bronzer, I am in love with it now. So yes, this is one bronzer which you can use anywhere onto your face. So it's not superly like, you know, deep dark pigmented bronzer. It is rightly done. So you see that light powder, it just, you mix your brush, it just gives you that nice appearance. It just mellows down everything rightly and it does not look harsh under the skin. So this is something which I will continue using, and I do feel when you don't want to wear a lot of makeup but you still want to wear your bronzer, you want to wear your other products like these perform really well. So yes, if you haven't tried something like this, you can. I don't know if it's still available. If it is available, I will leave a link in my description. But this is like a must try from Huda Beauty. She has a lot of makeup product, but this is really one of, I feel, one of the best. Blushes. Yes, you know, I know a lot of blushes happened in 2023, and past 3 months a lot of blushes has happened. But I will try not to touch upon those blushes because they're very new. I have reviewed them onto my channel. I'm using them. I'm loving them. But let me talk about the 3 blushes which I have worn the most during the year. First up, something which I have been loving. I have loved it from the time I picked it up, is from the brand Verified in the shade Camilla Rose. Now this is a beautiful blush. If you haven't tried Verified blushes, you should, because they are really well done. Like an Indian brand, Indian content creator coming out with such beautiful shades, formula, packaging, pricing, everything is good. So yes, this blush is definitely worth trying. It just looks beautiful under the cheeks. So this is something which you should get, and I have loved it the most. You can build this blush to a very deep blush. You can gently dip in your brush and just quickly blend, and you have that nice flush also. So this is like a buildable blush. Don't go heavy hand with this one, or else you will see a lot of blush happening. I have done that a lot of times. You know I love to wear a lot of blush. So this is like a beautiful one by Verified. You must try it. Next up, a blush by one of my favorite brands, and I absolutely love it, is this PAC Spotlight blush Leading Lady, in the shade Leading Lady. And I have told you to get it in nykaa's Pink Friday sale as well. And you should, if you haven't picked it up yet, get it in a sale. This is worth buying. This shade itself will complement a lot of Indian skin. If you are someone deeper or tan, do not buy this one. This may not appear a lot, मतलब you know, ज़्यादा pigmented नहीं दिखेगा, थोड़ा हल्का दिखेगा. So if you are someone who is looking for a nice peachy pinky blush, which is not too peachy but a lot pinky, and you want to just add that nice flush of color onto the cheeks, this is the one. And I absolutely love the formula again. It is super blendable, nicely pigmented, not overly pigmented, and it just beautifully sits onto the skin and doesn't make you look dry and dead. Yes, a lot of blushes can do that for you, but this one is amazing. Get it. This is worth every penny. And moving on to the last blush. Yes, you heard me right. I will show you the blushes which I have worn completely 12 months. This one by Colorbar. This is like the lightest shade in my vanity, but I must tell you, this is like my, it is right onto my desk. Is this Colorbar Matte Illusion Blush 001 Timeless Rouge. I've talked about this blush in my favorites as well, my monthly favorites video. This is a blush which I think everyone should have, this shade particularly. Why, I'll tell you, not every day is a blush day, but you want to have that a little flush going on, but you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to look like that you have applied a blush, but you have that natural color going on. There it comes very handy. And I'm telling you, every day after your moisturizer, thoda sa brush le lo, halka sa, just dab, do the little blending. Everyone in your house will feel that you're looking so fresh. आपको देख के freshness आ जाएगी इंसान को. So yes, don't mind my enthusiasm on this blush, but then this is like that kind of a blush, and again you can build up this blush. So yes, a beautiful blush, a beautiful formula. I never thought I would like a shade like this ever, but thankfully I'm loving it. I'm just loving it. So yes, a beautiful blush, very small, concise sizing bhi hai. So you can just drop in your bag and you're good to go. And it is a, I would say it is a quick touch up blush also. So some days मैं ना अपने बैग में इसको ले जाती हूँ. So कभी मुझे लगता है कि थोड़ा blush कम लग रहा है, just pick up my blush brush, इसको थोड़ा सा लगाया, and quick touch up के लिए face भी touch up हो जाता है, blush भी हो जाता है. So yes, that is why I have loved it, because I was doing a lot of different events in my last posting, my husband's last posting, and I needed something very quick fix, like मिरर की भी ज़रूरत नहीं होनी चाहिए, ऐसा प्रोडक्ट है ये. So yes, I've actually given you 3 best suggestions on blushes. इनमें से अगर एक भी है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. अगर आपको बाकी के 2 ट्राई करने तो definitely try it, because they are worth every penny and you will just love your cheeks. For your information, I'm not going to show you any kind of setting spray in this video. Reason being, I have stopped using setting sprays because I realized when I was using a lot setting spray, whenever I was using, I was ending up with a breakout. I do have a setting spray from a very trusted brand. I use it when I really need it, but I avoid using it because my skin doesn't feel right about it, and my skin doesn't need it because I have good base and face products which do the job for me. So we are to the last segment of this video, that is highlighters. So yes, 2023 mein I have not purchased highlighters. I think I have purchased 2 or 3, but which were those highlighters which I was really using. First up is this PAC Spotlight highlighter, which I have used the most. Now, reason being, it's very fine and it is the right shade for my skin. Like, There are a lot of highlighters, they are also right for my skin, but I feel when I use this one, it does not show up like a highlighter application, so it just blends into my skin in no time. So this is why I have used this highlighter the most, and you should definitely try this one if you are looking for a good quality, very fine highlighter which is not chunky, not shimmery, but just blends into the skin. This is the one to go for. This is the PAC Spotlight highlighter in the shade Prom Queen. And now we are down to the last highlighter, something I'm wearing again today onto my skin, and I absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Is this MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish highlighter in the shade Whisper of Guilt. It's no more available, but there is another shade very similar to this one. I will leave a link to that highlighter in my description. Get that one. But this is a highlighter which every girl needs it. Everyone. Like, I have the baked one also, which I did not like at all. I still have it, but this one is go-to. You can see I've been using it. Like, I just pick up a big brush, run through my face, and I just love it. It just sits beautifully. It's not chunky, it does not look made up, and the shade is wow. So yes, if you haven't tried the MAC highlighter, then you should try this Extra Dimension Skin Finish highlighter, not the Soft and Gentle. Do not buy that highlighter, buy this one. This is worth every penny. It is for 3,550 rupees as much as I remember, so grab it in a good sale, and if you have the money, just go to the store and grab it. But this is something which I have loved the most, and this highlighter, basically I have decided to buy another shade in this one. So yes, this is a beautiful highlighter which I have thoroughly enjoyed. And there you know what all I loved during 2023 into my base and face makeup category. But frankly speaking, all of the products which I happen to show you today, they are like my holy grail. I can blindly pick them up and use it onto my skin in any weather, any place, any point of the day, because they work absolutely well together with each other or with any other makeup product. I will be leaving everything in my description if you are interested in any of the products I happen to show you today. Stay tuned for the part 2 where I'm going to be showing you eye makeup products, the products which I loved the most during the year. So I hope you loved watching today's video. If you really loved watching, consider giving a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Instagram. Till then, you take care and I will see you in my next one.